They didn't.
The officials for today's game, all from the Atlantic Coast Conference. The referee is Bob Carpenter. The umpire, Brad Faircloth. The headlinesman, A.B. Bud Elliott. The line judge, Raymond Bo Menton. The field judge, Carl Harakovich. And the back judge, Weldon Waits. Temperature here just before kickoff time, 75 degrees here at Carter Stadium in Raleigh, North Carolina. The wind, as we look at the field, will be moving from right to left, and if it holds as it was a few moments ago when George Paterno and I were on the field, it'll be a fairly strong wind. The humidity is high. George Paterno, the condition of the field.
Well, Ray, the field is relatively in good condition except for the south end. It's a little slippery.
And the south being what, to our right?
To our right. I believe that the humidity might play a factor late in the last quarter. I don't think either team has played under conditions quite this intense as far as the heat is concerned at this time of the year.
A near capacity crowd will be on hand. Somewhere around 45,000 will be here to watch North Carolina State play its final home game of this 1977 season. The Wolfpack has lost 3 times. Its opener to East Carolina, 28-23, to Clemson, powerful Clemson, 7-3, and to the University of North Carolina, 27-14. Victories have been over Virginia, Syracuse, Wake Forest, Maryland, Auburn, and last week, South Carolina. It is a team with many skilled players. You will see in their quarterback, Johnny Evans, one of the outstanding all-around quarterbacks, great runner, great passer in collegiate football. In Ted Brown, an outstanding running back. Wide receiver Elijah Marshall. Just a few of the players at the skilled positions for the Wolfpack of North Carolina State, coached by Bo Ryan for his second season. Booker Moore and Jimmy Cefalo will be deep. Jay Sherrill is the North Carolina State kicker. He has a very strong leg. He has the benefit of a following wind. So Penn State won the toss, elected to receive. North Carolina State's Jay Sherrill about ready to kick. To deep men, Jimmy Cefalo and Booker Moore were underway from Raleigh. This is Booker Moore. He will not run it out. The offensive backfield. Chuck Fusina at quarterback, number 14. Chuck closing in to the number 2 position as an all-time passer at Penn State. Steve Geist, 29. Matt Suey, 32, the running backs. Jimmy Cefalo, number 44, the flanker. Fitzke is wide to the left. Cefalo is wide to the right. Schuler, the tight end, is on the right side. Suey, first down. Matt Suey, who is having just a great second year, brought down by the senior defensive back from Warren, Ohio, Ralph Stringer.
This is a slant play to Suey, away from the slot. Great block by Pankey here. A good real block by Schuler. He takes it for a first down.
Fitzke and Cefalo wide left. Was the defensive player drawn offside? Yes, say the officials. 5 yards against Penn State.
Ray, the defensive player can get back if he doesn't touch anybody. One of the defensive linemen went off, and then Dunn jumped the gun.
Penn State has drawn a 5-yard penalty for illegal procedure. 1st and 15 from the Penn State 27. Bassett in motion. Steve Geist. About 5 yards to the 37. Make it 10 yards to the 37.
From the end zone, here is Fusina sprinting to the left. They have Bassett in motion. He hits Geist sneaking out of the backfield. There's one man here to beat. To take it all away, it's a good tackle right here. Nice play.
Gain of 10, 2nd down 5, Penn State 37-yard line.
Geist is fine. He just puts it in.
This is Big Bob Torrey, at most a yard. Doug Cullen senior defensive end, made a good play. Penn State has a 3rd down and about 4. The offensive line, Paul Renaud, 78. John Dunn, 62. Chuck Correll, the center, 55. Eric Cunningham, number 68, the right guard. Irv Pankey, number 70, in place of the injured Keith Dorney at right tackle. Penn State 3rd and still about 5. First down, midfield, Mickey Schuler. So Bucina has thrown twice. He has completed both, and he's very close to a 60% average now for the year.
Ray, they put Cephalo and Fitzke to the wide side of the field. The defense has to respect that. They hit Schuler back to the short side on a deep out for the first down.
First down at midfield.
Easy.
Bucina elects to take a loss of about 6. He took a good lick inbounds and a second lick out of bounds.
Well, that shows a lot of poise. He couldn't find a receiver there. It was a fine fake of the slant play. He just couldn't find a receiver. Excellent pass coverage by North Carolina State.
Loss of 7, 2nd and 17 at the Penn State 43. Just underway, no score. New quarterback, Tony Capozzoli. Bucina must have been injured. He took quite a lick. Steve Geis.
Ray, I don't think he's injured. I think they tore his shirt off, and I think he'll be right back in there.
Yes, a new jersey is being put on Chuck Bucina. Bob Bassett, meanwhile, is carrying in a play. Penn State has a 3rd and 15, and Bucina, not exactly meticulously attired now, but with his jersey out, is back in at quarterback. 3rd and 15.
Got him.
Cephalo, first down. Beautifully thrown, beautifully caught. Ronnie Lee made the tackle from the secondary.
From the end zone. This is a beautifully designed play. All right, Schuler goes into the flat to get some coverage here. Cephalo does a turn, and right here, just enough for the first down. Comes back to the ball like he's coached. Excellent reception. Beautifully done.
Fitzke to the left. Cephalo out to the wide side, the right. First down.
He's there.
Cephalo.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. Bucina has thrown his 11th touchdown pass. Penn State leads 6-0.
All right, first down. They fake the off tackle play. Bucina comes out throwing again. Challenging this week the number 2 pass defense team in the country. Here comes Cephalo, left to right on a deep post. Right behind London. The ball has to be perfectly thrown. Up and over. Good concentration. And Penn State's off and running again.
Matt Barr routinely adds the extra point. It is 7-0 Penn State. We'll be back with first quarter action right after this. Penn State, 2 minutes and 57 seconds to score the game's first touchdown. Bucina and his receivers were absolutely brilliant. Matt Barr kicks off into the wind. This is Vickers. Billy Ray Vickers. Good run back to the North Carolina State 31-yard line. Penn State's defensive line. Joe Lally, 84. Matt Millen, 60. Randy Sidler, 75. Bruce Clark, 54. Bill Banks, 85. No, that's Joe DeAnge, number 97. We didn't think he would play instead of Banks. Johnny Evans at quarterback. He's a great one. Ted Brown gets 6 yards before Ron Hostetler made the tackle. The Penn State linebackers are Tom DePasso, 95, Rick Donaldson, who leads the Nittany Lions in tackles with number 92. Moody is wide left. Running backs are Vickers, 33, and Brown, 23. First down, quarterback Johnny Evans. From the secondary, Ron Hostetler made the tackle.
North Carolina State running from the veer offense. Here's the fake to Vickers. Evans comes down the line, decides to keep the football. Now, Penn State, that's Hostetler making a nice tackle. He has QB on that quarterback. They're going to have to tighten down on the corner a little bit now.
First down at the Wolfpack 42. Wide receivers are Buster Ray and Elijah Marshall to the right.
Trips formation.
Fine reception by Ted Brown. Gain 6 yards, maybe 7.
North Carolina State has 3 receivers to one side right here. That's Teddy Brown in the slot. He just does a little turnaround here. Penn State did not adjust quickly enough.
Second down 3, North Carolina State at the Wolfpack 49. 10 and a half minutes to play first quarter. Penn State leads 7-0. Wide left is David Moody. Close to a first down is Ted Brown. Bill Banks made the tackle, number 85. The secondary for Penn State at the corners. Number 26, Neil Hutton. Number 24, Mike Gooman. Ron Hostetler, number 38, is the hero or strong safety, if you would like. No, it's Doug Hostetler now. And the safety man is Pete Harris, number 27. Third and less than 1 for North Carolina State at the Penn State 48-yard line. First down, Billy Ray Vickers. George, is this pretty much what you expected in the way of this North Carolina State offense, or are they doing something different?
No, Ray, I expect them to come out throwing, thinking they couldn't run against this fine Penn State defense. It's only given up 1 point, I think 3 or 3/10 of a point for yards per play. So it is surprising.
First down at the Penn State 46. Ted Brown. 8 yards for Ted Brown before Bruce Clark brings him down.
Here we have a different formation. They take the tight end Stowe, put him in a slot, and here comes Vickers right up over the middle in a straight handoff, trying to crack it back. Good block there by a stop by Bruce Clark.
It was number 33, Billy Ray Vickers, not Ted Brown, number 23. Second down, 2 at the Penn State 38. It's another first down for Ted Brown.
This is the counter option this time, Ray. They fake the Vickers and come out. They want to get Brown outside. Evans pitches the ball. Now, they're operating without a tight end. They got the tight end split in a wide slot, and they put the flanker back in motion, and it's causing some problems for Penn State's defense.
Ray and Marshall wide right. First down, North Carolina State.
Brown's wide open again.
Rick Donaldson made the tackle, but North Carolina State is moving the ball beautifully. Ted Brown is slightly shaken up. He'll be replaced by Ricky Adams.
Ray, this is the same play Syracuse gave Penn State trouble with. 3 receivers to one side, the 2 wide ones clear out, and the inside receiver goes to the flat. They must make an adjustment quickly.
Paul Suey, number 65, checks in at linebacker. Second down, 4. Vickers has a first down at the Penn State 21-yard line, 22-yard line. Rick Donaldson is back in, number 92 at linebacker. Tony Petruccio, number 99, is in. DeAnge and Banks are now the defensive ends.
Ray, I think you'll see Penn State starting to stun a little bit now.
Short gain for Vickers. We want to remind you that announcers on this telecast are contracted and paid for by Total Communication Systems, and any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of the accounts of this game without the express written consent of Total Communication Systems is prohibited. Second down, 7, North Carolina State at the Penn State 19. Ted Brown is back in the backfield, number 23, and he joins with Vickers as the setbacks. Ted Brown to the 13-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Ray, again, that's the formation that's giving Penn State trouble. 3 wide receivers. They take the widest receiver to the side of the Twins, put them back in motion. They crack back, and they're trying to get the ball wide to Brown, and have been successfully so far.
They bring in their tight end now, North Carolina State, Jimmy Stowe, number 86. 3rd and about a half a yard away from a first down. There's going to be a measurement. I believe that's about right. North Carolina State has been controlling this ball. Penn State scored in 2 minutes and 57 seconds. And since then, in this first quarter, North Carolina State has held on to the ball. It is 3rd and less than 1. Coming up at halftime, we'll flash back into the past and take a look at an aspect of the winning tradition of Penn State football. This week, the Penn State linebackers. Wide right is Randy Hall, a North Carolina State wide receiver. 3rd down, 1. First down. 1st and goal to go at the Penn State 6-yard line.
All right, this is the option play. Here's the fake to Vickers. Evans comes out here. He pitches out to Brown. Has a good block on Goulman. Goulman had a shot at him. As we said, Ted Brown is one fine runner.
So North Carolina State, 6.5 yards away from an equalizing touchdown. Ricky Adams, number 44, is in the backfield now. Jimmy Johnson, number 21, is the other running back. Ricky Adams to the 4-yard line. It will be 2nd and goal. Now Ted Brown comes back in. Ricky Adams will go out. It is 2nd and goal.
All right, I think they're going to have to go outside if they think they're going to get it in against Penn State, but they've been very successful so far.
Johnson, number 21, stays in. Johnson gets to the 2-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal at the Penn State 2.
Gains a yard. Billy makes the tackle on the 2.
Penn State scored quickly, mainly on the passing of Chuck Fusina. He hit Cefalo for the touchdown. Matt Barr kicked the extra point. But since then, North Carolina State has held the ball to where it is 3rd and goal to go at the Penn State 2-yard line. Ted Brown. Brown is held for no gain. It is 4th down.
Ray, again, they're trying to get Brown outside. They faked the option play here. He pitches out. Now we get fine inside pursuit. Pete Harris comes up here, forces the play right there. Brown has really no place to go right now. And here comes Hutton to finish him off. That was a big play. Penn State starting the defense, this option play a lot better.
And now North Carolina State's head coach, Bo Rhine, asked his team to take a timeout. A decision must be made here. It is 4th and goal at the Penn State 2, and with the score 7-0 Penn State. We'll be back with first quarter action right after this.
Going for it, Ray. Big gamble early in the game.
4th and goal at the 2. Double tight ends.
Harris has to get up there tight. And he fumbles it.
He did not get into the end zone. Billy Vickers carried. Penn State has the football at the 1. I do not know whether he fumbled or not, but he didn't get in.
Ray, watch the passer on here. They try to hand off the ball to Vickers. 2 tight ends. Penn State comes hard off the corner. Bruce Clark is in there. That was a big gamble for North Carolina State early in the game.
Whether they fumbled or not, Penn State has the football at the Penn State 2-yard line. There was no gain on the play. Bob Torrey gets it out for 5 yards to the 7, where linebacker Kyle Wesco of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, a junior, makes the tackle.
Penn State gets into a double wing formation, just hands the ball to Torrey in a straight handoff here, gets fine blocking from the whole side, right side of the line. They just want to protect the ball and get out and get some breathing room.
Double tight end, Schuler on the left, LaPointe on the right.
In the block.
Very close to a first down. Behind the blocking of LaPointe is Bob Torrey. Very close to a first down between the 11 and 12-yard line.
You know, Ray, the way Torrey's been running the last couple of weeks, it's very difficult to stop him from getting 4 yards a clip. He's the perfect back to have down here deep in your own territory.
3rd and less than 1 at the Penn State 11. 3.5 minutes to play first quarter. Penn State leads 7-0.
There he goes again.
Torrey gets 6 yards. It's a first down at the Penn State 17. Big Bob Torrey, Jr.
Ray, that's a simple off-tackle play away from the to the short side of the field. And Mickey Schuler right now and Irv Pankey are doing a great job of blocking.
Fitzke and Cefalo are wide to the left. Torrey gets 2 yards to the 19. It'll be 2nd down 8. And again, the junior from Bethlehem, number 57, Kyle Wesco, makes the stop. North Carolina State's front line, Doug Cullen, 97, Simon Gupton, 90, A.W. Jenkins, 55, Tom Prongay, number 94 from Colonia, New Jersey, and Joe Hanna, a sophomore defensive end, number 59. 2nd and 8 at the Penn State 19.
I was looking.
Steve Geis. first down at the Penn State 35. And Bucina is 5 for 5 in the air.
Ray, Penn State shifts to a trip formation itself, and North Carolina didn't adjust before the last play. They spot guys right here coming up the sidelines. Good first down, and Bucina is red hot.
He has moved into the number 2 spot now among the all-time Penn State passers, Chuck Bucina. Here comes Torrey. Or was that Steve Geis? I'm sorry.
I think it was Geis.
Yeah, Steve Geis. Let's see where he went out of bounds. Went out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, so a 5-yard gain for the Penn State tailback.
You know, Ray, this is beautiful to see. They're moving the ball inside, outside, throwing the ball on first downs, on running downs, and their execution has been brilliant.
I don't think there's a collegiate team in the country that has a better pair of fullbacks than Penn State, with Matt Suhey, who just came into the game, number 32, and Bob Torrey, who just went out. 2nd and 5. Suhey. Suhey gets 2 yards. It'll be a 3rd and 3 for Penn State at the Penn State 42.
Ray, North Carolina State is not adjusting to that trips formation. I look for Penn State to throw the ball off that formation again.
Bob Bassett brings in the play. The defensive secondary, Richard Carter, 20, Ronnie Lee, 26, Ralph Stringer, number 9, and Tommy Condon, number 40. Cephalo in motion.
Nobody's covering him.
Short of a first down. Good play on Geis by Marion Gale. It is 4th down.
Ray, they put Cephalo in motion, fake the ball to Suhey, and here comes Geis coming around on a reverse or a counter, almost gets the corner. Good defensive play right there by the linebacker.
Pitzke to punt. Ronnie Lee to receive. Out of bounds at the North Carolina State 14-yard line. With the score, Penn State 7, North Carolina State nothing. We'll be back with first quarter action right after this.
They put Cephalo in motion, they never cover him.
Just gave up the football by way of a punt. North Carolina State first down at the North Carolina State 14-yard line. 1:33 left to play first quarter. Penn State leads 7-0. Johnny Evans at quarterback. This is a tight end, Dawson. Bruce Clark makes the tackle after a good gain. A gain of about 9 yards.
All right, this is a good call. Screen back to Dawson to the left, left side of the screen right here. He's looking for his blockers to form. Right there, takes it back inside. Bruce Clark falls off and makes the tackle.
Gain of 8, 2nd and 2. To the right, Randy Hall and Elijah Marshall. Gary Peter Kuski is in the secondary now, number 42. Ted Brown, now that'll give you an idea in the Penn State defense. That time being shadowed coming out of the backfield. Ted Brown was being shadowed by Rick Donaldson. It's incomplete. It is 3rd and 2.
Yes, but that's the first time they've actually covered Brown coming out. They handled it well that time.
Coach Dick Anderson talking with his young man along the Penn State sideline. Doug Hostetler replaces his brother in the defensive backfield now. 3rd and 2, North Carolina State at the Wolfpack 22-yard line.
Packham.
Oh, he is dangerous. Bill Banks caught Ted Brown from behind.
Well, this is a counter option. Watch the quarterback's feet. He goes one way, comes back out. comes down the line. Right here, he gets challenged by Hostel. He pitches the ball. Now, there's a great block on Guman here. Peter Kuski comes up, doesn't make the tackle. Now, what happens here, Guman has to close that off a lot tighter.
First down at the North Carolina State 34-yard line. Ted Brown again. And he gets 6 yards before Hutton and Doug Hostetler make the tackle. But North Carolina State has gained a lot of yardage. The first quarter only has a few seconds left. In fact, that was the final play of the first quarter.
Ray, that's the exact same play. Now, the cornerback is coming up too deep, and they're cutting back inside him. Now, Fletch Brown here is a great runner. Go inside Hutton that time.
There was no further scoring. The quarter ended with a score. Penn State 7, North Carolina State nothing. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this. We're back with second quarter action with Penn State in control of the football. We're back with second quarter action with North Carolina State in control of the football. Penn State took the opening kickoff and drove 80 yards for a touchdown, with the 6 points coming on a Fusina to Cephalo pass. Matt Barr added the extra point. Then North Carolina State took the following kickoff, moved all the way to a 4th and goal at the Penn State 2, elected to go for a touchdown. They came up with no gain and gave up the ball to Penn State. Penn State then drove to near midfield, forced a punt. North Carolina State now has a 2nd and 4 at the Wolfpack 40-yard line.
Ray, both teams, so far it's all offense, but I look for both teams to settle down defensively and tighten up.
Johnny Evans at quarterback. Jimmy Johnson, number 21, and Ricky Adams, number 44, are now the setbacks. Adams, and there's a penalty marker down. Gain of a yard. Illegal motion. I think I heard one of the officials say in motion.
Ray, North Carolina State has 3 formations that's bothering Penn State. A trick formation, 3 receivers to one side. They drop the tight end off, put him in the slot, and then sometimes they operate with 3 wide receivers. And Penn State must play the corner and the pitch to Brown much better.
Now, I did not see the signal, but I was wrong. It was offside against Penn State. I thought I overheard an official from the sideline saying illegal motion, but I was wrong. The first penalty of the game gives North Carolina State a first down at the North Carolina State 45-yard line. Johnson gets 5 yards before he ran into Tom DePasso. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the Penn State, right at midfield. Number 21, Jimmy Johnson. And that is not Jimmy Johnson, that's Joe Paterno.
Well, they gave the ball to Johnson, the dive man, in the option. He reads that. He'll cut it back wherever he finds daylight, and that's precisely what he just did.
Wide to the right are Johnson and Buster Ray. 1 setback. Ricky Adams.
3 receivers to one.
Ricky Adams is very close to another North Carolina State first down. It'll be 3rd and 1 at the Penn State 46.
Back makes the tackle. It's 3rd and 1.
Has Penn State made any obvious adjustments now since North Carolina State last had the ball, George?
Well, they're coming off the corner a little bit more. They're playing it cautious. They don't want to give up a big play right now. And they're going to try to make North Carolina State make a mistake.
3rd and 1 as Petruccio replaces Clark at tackle. Ted Brown has another first down at the Penn State 39.
This is just a great handoff to Brown, the dive man. Shows what a great back he is. That's sloppy tackling. He's a great back, but it's sloppy tackling.
Brown has averaged over 5.5 yards a carry and had gained 883 yards coming into today's game. He is a great back, number 23.
Great. North Carolina State is in an unbalanced formation now. This is causing trouble.
Another good gain. Brown is hit out of bounds by Neil Hutton on a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the Penn State 34.
North Carolina State's in an unbalanced line to the wide side of the field. Evans pitches here. Hutton does a great job of fighting off the block. This is how you got to play it on the outside to keep Brown from getting that big yardage.
2nd and 4 at the Penn State 34. Wide left, Johnson and Randy Hall, the 2 wide receivers now with the only setback, Ted Brown. Fine play by Ron Hostetler. 1-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Great. Tripped formation to the left of the screen. Simple pitch back here. Form of a sweep to Brown, trying to get outside. Now, Banks strings it out. Donaldson comes from the inside, but Hostetler makes a big play, and Penn State is starting to tighten up on defense.
All right, now, Fred Rigucci, number 83, the Staten Island junior, is in at defensive end now. He's at the defensive right end spot. 3rd and 3. Jimmy Johnson is about a yard short of a first down, maybe 2 yards short of a first down. It is 4th down. And North Carolina State is perhaps thinking in terms of a possible field goal into a strong wind. They're going for the first down.
Be a great time to throw the ball.
Ted Brown is very close to a first down.
I think he got it right. It was a great surge by the left side of North Carolina's line. They're not even, yeah, here they come.
There will be a measurement. Randy Sidler will be replaced by sophomore Lance Mail, number 56. First down, North Carolina State at the Penn State 28-yard line.
Ray, it's interesting to note that Joe is doing a lot of substituting, hoping to keep his players fresh for the second half.
12 minutes, 18 seconds left to play in the first half. North Carolina State with a first down at the Penn State 28-yard line. Penn State leading 7-0. Fine play by Mike Gooman.
Hey, much better play, much better action by Gooman. This time he comes up, forces the players. We'll see right here. Counter option. Evans starts one way, comes back to influence the linebackers. Down the line, Banks makes him pitch. Now watch Gooman to your left of your screen. Fought off the block, turned the play in, and made the tackle.
A loss on the play of 2 yards. It is 2nd and 12. Now let's see if Johnny Evans goes to the air. He has completed 44% of his passes, has thrown 6 touchdown passes. He has Marshall wide to the left. He's one of his number 1 receivers.
With an unbalanced line. Reed against.
Great play by Joe DeAnge. He wanted to hit his tight end, Lynn Dawson, but DeAnge batted it down. It is 3rd and 12.
That's that little throwback screen, but I want our audience to note it's from an unbalanced line. They're taking a tackle, moving over to the strong side, and that leaves this receiver right here, an eligible receiver, and they're throwing back from it. Penn State's making a much better adjustment, though.
Now another key third down for North Carolina State. 3rd and 12 at the Penn State 30. Randy Hall is to the left. Elijah Marshall is to the right. Might have been too much time, and if so, it'll be a 5-yard penalty, and the first penalty against North Carolina State, it'll be 3rd and 17. Do you think Penn State might be blitzing in this position?
They might come. I don't think so. I think they'll try to put as much heat on. They might come with one linebacker, but they've adjusted to this unbalanced formations that they're giving them.
All right, 3rd and 17 at the Penn State 35. A penalty flag is down. Mike Duman was defending against Elijah Marshall. Now, wait a minute. I think what they did was mark that the receiver went out of bounds and was an ineligible receiver. It is not a penalty.
Ray, that's what I was going to say.
Yes.
I think that's an excellent call. The receiver ran out of bounds, and once you're out of bounds, you cannot come back into the field to play to get into the action. I was just going to start complaining. I didn't see any interference.
It is punt formation for North Carolina State because on 3rd and long yardage, a pass was incomplete. Good punt. Inside the Penn State 15-yard line, Johnny Evans, the all-purpose quarterback, kicks it out of bounds. So with the score, Penn State 7, North Carolina State nothing. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this. Penn State's defense forced North Carolina State on 4th down to punt the ball away. Johnny Evans kicked it out at the Penn State 14-yard line. Penn State has a 1st and 10 at the Penn State 14. 10:58 to play first half. Fusina on 1st down. Steve Geis. And Fusina today is absolutely remarkable. I think every pass he has thrown has been completed.
Ray, sprint out action from double wing formation. Now he hits Geis right here in the flat. This is Penn State's version of the play that North Carolina State uses when they hit Brown. That's the linebacker chasing him. That's a big first down.
All the way to the Penn State 31. Fusina is 6 of 6 for 106 yards. Here goes Matsui. Suey gets 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6 at the Penn State 35, where junior Kyle Lesko from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, made the tackle. So we'll mention it again. Chuck Fusina has moved ahead of the great Tom Schumann as the 2nd all-time leading passer at Penn State, and he's only a junior. Fitzke and Cefalo to the right. Suey. He ran into Crafton, Pennsylvania's Bill Cower, a junior linebacker. It will be 3rd down and about 2.
Ray, when Penn State did put Cefalo and Fitzke to the wide side of the field, North Carolina State plays the tight end side with a wide tackle 6 play. You're not going to get outside. Penn State's going to have to come up and inside to that tight end side.
Schuler, the tight end, is on the left side on 3rd and 2.5. It will be a 4th down as North Carolina State forces Fusina out of bounds. And Fitzke will have the benefit of a following win as Ronnie Lee goes back inside the North Carolina State 30-yard line.
Ray, Chuck was looking to screen the ball off to somebody, and he couldn't find any receiver.
Beautiful punt. Fair catch at the North Carolina State 25-yard line. with the score, Penn State 7, North Carolina State nothing. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this.
Carolina 3, Clemson nothing. In the first quarter, Duke 7, Wake Forest 7. And in the first quarter, VMI 13, Virginia nothing.
Each team has been forced to punt the ball away one time here in the second quarter. North Carolina State possession, first down at the North Carolina State 26-yard line. 3 yards before Matt Millen brings down Billy Ray Vickers, a sophomore running back, number 33. Second down, 7, North Carolina State 29.
Sidler make the tackle.
Jimmy Johnson and Randy Hall check in for North Carolina State now. They take out the tight end, so they have Marshall, Hall, and now Dawson split out to the right. Jimmy Johnson throws to big Lynn Dawson for a first down at the North Carolina State 47-yard line.
Well, Ray, watch this. This is an option pass all the way. Penn State should have got suspicious when they put, I believe this is Johnson in there, in place of Brown. Good reception of Dawson. Nice play.
So North Carolina State continues to show a great ability to move the football. Buster Ray to the left, Elijah Marshall to the right. Jimmy Johnson gets 6 yards to the Penn State 47. Coming up at halftime, we'll talk with the man who's responsible for developing the tradition of outstanding Penn State linebackers, Jerry Sandusky. It's a special version of what we call the Paternal Way.
Would you put those hams up there on TV?
Second down, 4 at the Penn State 47. It's another first down. Billy Ray Vickers. David Moody is wide right, the only wide receiver. First down play coming up. Ricky Adams. Another first down. Joe Diminick made the tackle.
All right, here's the fake of the handoff. Evans comes down the line. Donaldson forces the pitch. Now here's the cut up and inside. Watch Mike Cooper. He overplayed the ball to the outside. Hostetler makes the tackle.
Hostetler helped out Diminick, but North Carolina State on the move. First and 10 at the Penn State 28-yard line. 7 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the first half. Penn State leading 7-0. Vickers gets about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6 at the Penn State 24. Do you think she knows she's on television?
Ray, North Carolina State is pulling out all stops. They had about 4 different formations. They're moving the ball real well and flawlessly so far.
2nd and 6 at the Penn State 24. Good play by Joe Diminick. Short gain. It will be 3rd down and 5 at the Penn State 23. The aggressive play of Diminick limited that gain to 1 yard.
Watch the way he has to come up to take that pitch, man. He's responsible for him man-to-man. When the ball's pitched out, he must make the tackle or it's going to be a big gainer.
All right, 3rd and 4 at the Penn State 23.